It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors, beware as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey there, Bryce.
And also we have the Merman.
Yo.
How you doing, Murray?
I'm alright.
Yeah?
He's pretty perky for an unemployed bum.
I got the holiday blues looking the same.
As long as he's got his Charlie Brown, that's
right.
all he needs.
My Charlie Brown tree keeps me up.
You have a Charlie Brown tree?
I do.
Alright.
An actual Charlie Brown tree.
Do you watch Charlie Brown Christmas every Christmas?
I used to when it was on TV. Now that Apple or whoever took it away from us.
Bloody Apple sons of bitches.
Now it's on streaming, a streaming service I don't have.
I watched it just the other day because I have my Apple TV.
There you go.
And I haven't owned the DVD copy of it, so maybe I will whip it out one of these days.
I think I'm going to watch it this year.
You should.
I think you should whip it out. Sorry, what were we talking about?
We're talking about the Charlie Brown
Oh,
Christmas.
right. Okay. Well, yeah, you should
Do that
watch
too.
that. Yeah.
Hey, you might want to whip it out. I mean, Lucy's pretty hot.
I'm a peppermint patty guy
yeah.
myself.
There you go.
Sally's a little too young for me, but peppermint
Yeah, she
patty's
is.
got that sexy voice.
Then there's Violet.
Oh, Violet.
Violet.
All right.
Sorry,
do your
where
thing.
were we?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
With the introductions.
I think you have to thanks to all that have been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast,
And we
please like,
apologize to
subscribe,
Charles
share,
Schultz.
and give a 5-star rating on your listening platform, or support us or join Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film. And if it played in cinema anywhere in the world, that's the only criteria. And it's, well, not really. It's also not supposed to be a children's movie, although I don't know. We might be lax on that now.
We
You
are
watch
lax
kiddie
on that.
movies
You know
all the
what?
time now.
Send us a kids movie. I don't care. We won't dare each other to watch a kids movie, but if you want to send us a kids movie, I'll watch it. So yeah.
With the introductions out of the way,
Now
let's rage on.
let's get to raging.
Oh, you're going to let Jim talk. How about that?
Woo!
Well, you weren't getting on with it, so I
We
thought.
got-
I was waiting for you to say your line.
That's right.
With
and
the
throw it to him,
introductions
which you
out of the
didn't do.
way,
All right.
You're yammering on, so I thought we just.
All right, enough
on.
of that.
push the tempo. Push the tempo. What with amazing mom and predict? What with amazing mom and predict?
Ooh.
Will he predict the rage or will he predict the
Mondo.
mondo? Will he tell us all what Jim and Bryce saw at the movies? Better watch out, cause it's Christmas time. And Murray's coming peanutting to you. Peanutting, peanutting.
Swim, Murray, swim?
Peanutting, peanutting.
Swim, Murray, swim?
Peanut all the way through our hearts.
I'm
our little
confused.
peanut
I
hearts.
thought it was swim.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
Yes. Merry
All right.
Christmas, everyone.
Okay,
And to all
well,
a good night.
there were 3 movies this week. One which
Yes.
apparently was at SIFT that I missed. Something.
Yes.
You weren't there?
I was working. I didn't go to movies.
Yeah, I forgot you were working.
Which is probably the last time I'm doing that. But
Working? Nice. I wish I was
for the
retiring.
festival, I mean. Alrighty. So we got Getaway, which has Nick Frost, also known as Simon Pegg's
Boyfriend?
BFF.
Other white meat?
Other white meat.
I don't know what that means.
Which apparently he's on in, so it's just Nick Frost. But he wrote this thing, and it's on some island, and there's like
Co-wrote
I don't know, some kind of villagers from the mob scene, and they're
Yep.
burning torches and stuff.
Yep.
I probably would have liked it.
Hmm.
I'm guessing you guys didn't. In fact, I know at least one of you didn't. So let's go rage for Bryce and meh for Jim. And we got Y2K, which thanks to Jim or no thanks to Jim,
Depending on how
however
you
you
look
look at it, I got to see.
Oh, nice.
This is an A24 movie with a bunch of millennials pretending like they were alive when Y2K actually happened. I don't know. I didn't like it, I can tell you that. Jim may have liked some of the blood scenes. I'm guessing maybe he gave it a meh. I think Bryce raged about it.
Wow, I'm pretty angry this week so far.
Well, I can tell. Then we got Werewolves.
Werewolves!
Which is just what it sounds like with Frank Grillo.
And lots of werewolves!
Werewolves.
Frank.
It looked entertaining, but I'm pretty sure you guys probably hated it. So let's go double rage.
There's another guy. I don't know how he has a career as Frank
Grillo?
I don't know what the hell is going on.
So you are gonna rage about all three movies
Everything.
this week.
That's what apparently.
This is a rage-filled episode for Bryce.
Well, we'll see.
See if Merman is right.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe possibly the same, but you know what? It's A24. You know, like, it doesn't give out rages very often.
No, it's very few and far between.
They're not undoubted as much as they used to be.
Well, they've been pretty undoubted for
They've
a while.
had a few turkeys.
But if you like Fred Durst, then
Fred
maybe,
Durst.
maybe
The
this...
acting styles of Fred Durst.
Okay, that's not the movie we're talking about.
Oh,
though,
okay,
Jim.
sorry. Yeah, right. What are we talking? Oh, Get Away.
With Nick Frost.
With Nick Frost. Simon Pegg's other white meat.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Anyways, go
Long
ahead.
pig? Oh, you want me to go? Oh, right. That's right. You don't do anything anymore.
Right.
I'm forgetting that. Okay, so
I
I'm
don't
not
know how
going to
you
go
can
into too
forget
much.
it. It's the same every week.
Yeah, I see that. I see a pattern.
He's still on Toronto time.
Yeah, I'm still in Toronto time. So Get Away is basically like Midsommar, but with Nick Frost and family. And it's got some M. Night Shyamalan-isms in it, where it makes you think one thing, but then by the time you get to the end of the movie, you're going like, what? I didn't see that coming. Although
Yes,
it's
you
pretty...
did.
That was a little bit of sarcasm.
I hope so.
But
Otherwise, I'd have to question your intelligence there, Jimbo.
it's pretty transparent. In fact, it's very transparent even from the moment they go to get on the boat to go to this island.
Yeah,
So,
and if you haven't figured out by the time the son is ogling
Sets?
the daughter, then you've completely lost.
yeah,
it.
well, but that's the thing. You just don't know because maybe they're just an inbred family. Who knows? There's a little bit of things in here that kind of lead you into different directions. There's some super fun, bloody, gory bits in this. The twists are predictable. It's kind of like a spin on The Wicker Man meets Midsommar meets Cannibal Holocaust, maybe? I don't know.
Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah, Kentucky Fried. Yeah, sure. That's a
Fried movie. That was a classic.
Actually, you're right. It is kind of like the mashup of those three movies together. So you get some Swedish creepy village cannibal stuff, and it was predictable, but I liked it. It was fun. It was meh.
That's your whole review?
Yeah, I didn't.
You know what? As short and sweet as that review is,
Yours is going to be shorter.
mine's going to be shorter. Now, you know what? This movie is just total garbage. There's a stupid twist that's not even a twist because
It's not a twist. No.
if you're not a complete idiot, you've figured it out well in advance. The whole first hour is a bunch of culture clash crap that none of it works.
Like Midsommar,
Yeah.
only better.
And then the last third, stuff gets serious and
Real cereal.
it's too little, too late. It's almost the first hour is so boring that when you get the payoff, you don't even care anymore because you're just like, this is the payoff? You know what? This needed to be way better than this if this is the payoff because you just made me sit through an hour of nothing. Total garbage. Nothing funny, nothing creepy, just nothing. It's just an hour of nothingness.
There was some funny.
There was no funny.
When they were doing their act on stage,
Yeah.
there was some funny in there.
There was no funny.
There was funny.
There was 1 hour of nothingness followed by a twist that isn't a twist.
followed by some great
not
gore.
big enough. And you know what? I will
gore
say
is
some
great.
of the horror, the staging of some of the horror was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
There was some okay gore.
There was great gore.
But it was too little, too late. And if you're gonna make me sit through an hour of just absolute crappy nothingness to get to that. It was not a big enough payoff to make this recommendable in any shape, way, or form. This was garbage. I hated this movie. Nick Frost, you're better
Stop
than this. Stop writing. And stop teaming up with this director, too. He was in that other piece of garbage with this director, too. And it was worse than this. And this is awful. So
This wasn't that awful. It was
no,
meh.
this was awful.
No,
so
this was
Getaway
meh.
was a complete and utter rage.
This was meh.
It was garbage.
No, it was meh.
I don't know how it was meh.
I didn't find the first hour
I will say that
boring.
I was sitting with you
Yeah.
and you were giggling
I was.
and I was like, what in the hell are you giggling at?
It was
This
funny.
is awful.
I thought it was funny. You know, sometimes if his bowels are obstructed, maybe he wasn't
Maybe he's
feeling
constipated? Yeah, no, I get it.
So the director is Stefan Harsh.
Yeah, and him and Buddy teamed up on some, what the hell was it called? Tell me,
Sounds Dutch.
go ahead and tell me what it was called.
Was it Crazy House?
That's the one.
Yeah, that one was.
And it's
that
awful
one's
too.
Awful. Yeah, I agree. That one was awful.
So
This one was man. I didn't mind it. I think you.
This
would've
one
liked
was so much better than Crazy House.
it. Yeah.
And it was still god awful. They're both
Trailer look good.
a
Yeah.
complete and utter rage.
When this comes out on VOD, Murray, you should see it because you like Nick Frost. He's being his regular Nick Frosty, and it's you will find
Murray,
it interesting because
don't
gonna,
bother.
He's gonna
It's
see
awful.
it because it's not Norwegian, it's Swedish, but it's close enough.
Close enough.
It's Scandinavian.
That's right, Scandinavian.
So it's worth it for just the Scandinavian.
It's not worth it
folklore.
for anything.
It's a little
It's
bit
awful.
It's a little bit better than Midsommar. That's what I would say.
I thought it was Midsummer.
No, it's Midsommar.
I thought it
Samar.
was Midsummer.
Yeah. And the gore was better in this than in Midsommar too.
All right then.
Just want to say that.
That is,
right.
by the way, that's the dumbest thing you've ever said, but actually that's not true. You've said so much dumber things.
There's such a big list. That's not even
There is
close.
such a big list, but you know what? It's not fake. It's true.
Right.
It's the truth. I'm not a big fan of Midsommar. If you want to talk about an hour
but-
and a half of
Yeah,
nothing,
but the gore in Midsommar is excellent. What are you
like
talking
the
about?
one thing of gore, or when
Doesn't make
she
it a
falls
movie.
off the cliff?
Yes!
Yeah, no. That was not the payoff
Yeah,
I
it
was
was-
hoping for.
That was a payoff I
It
was
was
hoping
also
for and
predictable.
more. Then the whole,
It was so-
that
the
whole
whole movie was
the
predictable.
payoff I was looking for.
The-
That whole movie is the payoff. That's the
mo-
thing. That's the thing about that movie. From scene one, that movie's the payoff. There's
No,
no payoff.
It's
because,
basically this movie
because the whole
with not
movie's
as
good.
funny. No, it's the same as this movie, except for this movie had some funny bits and more gore. That one was an
This
hour and a
movie
half
had
of nothing.
zero
Was
funny
predictable and also
I have
was
never
not.
been so freaking bored in my life.
as when I saw Midsommar. 100% agree with what you just
You
said.
are a wiener.
All right. Well, let's talk about Y2K.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do a recap.
Mm-hmm.
Rage has already happened for Bryce once.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well, let's talk about Y2K. So, Superbad meets Attack the Block,
Yeah.
meets The Matrix, A24 style.
Don't forget
in
Can't Hardly Wait.
In the year 1999.
Oh, totally Can't Hardly
Oh, yeah,
Wait.
That's
totally.
what the first half of the movie was.
Yeah.
This is Can't Hardly Wait. It's
Yep.
it's a house party at prom. I mean, that's exactly what it was.
Yep. Okay, throw that in there, too.
It wasn't done as well.
In the year 1999,
Yep.
after Prince, but before 2000 Party Overlook, Out of Time.
In this case, they were out of time.
Yeah, they were.
Tonight
They were
we're
a little.
gonna party like
They were a
it's
little bit out of time, and they did party like it
1999.
was 1999, and then it turned.
1999.
Then it turned midnight.
Then it turned midnight, where all electric devices finally had their time
Came
to
to
take
life.
over the world. Where we get a 50-year-old Fred Durst singing George Michael's "Faith,"
Yes.
where basically we get
That's the best part of the movie.
a typical
I believe I've heard
apocalyptic
that version
film.
before.
Run by teenagers as
Yeah.
the heroes.
Yeah.
Nothing really new here.
Yeah, there was no adults.
Although the soundtrack was, in my opinion, super cool and was kind of almost like a character
Well, 'cause it was
in the
2000.
film.
Yeah, all the
no,
songs
but
from
it's
2000.
but it's not just that. Like A24 does something with its music. Like you can even go on A24 and buy the soundtracks on album. Like they're so dedicated to the entire craft.
Oh no, for the time period, I guess the music was appropriate. It was music I remember.
But
from
it's
the
not.
2000s.
It's not just appropriate. I'm just saying it's so well positioned in the movie. It's not just appropriate because, yeah, you could just pick anything, but they're very intentional about when they put stuff in it. Holy Bryce!
Because they had tub thumping.
Yeah. He's got holes in his clothing.
Well,
It's brand new.
You do have a dog.
Yeah, you do have a dog. He likes to eat things.
He likes to eat stuff.
He hasn't even touched this.
Who
Anyways.
Yeah.
knows?
So the emotions I found in this really didn't match the reality of the situation at times. And
The reality of the situation?
yeah, like there was times where it's just like, oh, this guy just got killed.
Let's
oh,
party.
I feel okay. Like, and it was kind of like one of those comedies where it was just like, hey, if this happened in front of you, first off, you'd be traumatized, and then it's your best
died
friend.
in front of you, yeah.
Like some of that, it kind of took
I'd
me.
probably move on.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have
you
any.
would.
You don't have any friends.
That's
so,
true. Friends are a
Or a
waste of
soul.
time.
Yeah, and some of the things they were trying to be funny about, I didn't find so funny. It seemed to not much match what was happening in regards to the emotional level of this film. It's totally predictable and didn't feel like an A24 film other than the focus on the music at its core. There were some funny parts and some of the gore was hilarious with some fun cameos, but ultimately it's pretty forgettable film. It wasn't enough to make me rage, but definitely was a low mat. And they added the repulsive Alicia Silverstone in this.
They did.
Which almost in itself would make me rage. Why is she in
As
so
a
many
hot-
movies?
I don't
She's
know.
been in
She's
like
she's
she's
a
been
hot
in like
mama now.
50 movies.
By the way, she was in that movie,
The
the
Nick Frost one?
the Nick Frost one from before, the one,
The worst
previous
one.
one. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one with Benicio.
The one that's
No,
not
no,
that
no.
one.
the one that's not Midsommar.
yeah.
Yeah, that one.
She was in that.
Yeah,
too.
who keeps hiring her?
I don't know.
She
I
is
don't
so
know.
repulsive.
She was awful when
Well,
she was a teenager.
here-
And she got worse.
I don't know that she got worse. She's the same.
Oh my god.
Here's the newsflash, guys.
What?
You can ask her in person because she's coming to Calgary at the end
For
of
what?
April.
What to do? What?
The Calmic Expo.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
They announced her like yesterday.
Okay, I'm leaving town at
Just
the end
saying,
of April.
she's coming to town in person.
I'm
So
leaving town.
wait in line for an hour and a half and ask her why she makes terrible
You
movies.
know what? She's gonna have 0 people in line
that's
to
not-
see
I
her.
don't know. She's still somewhat
has nothing to
attractive.
do. She doesn't make terrible movies. She's terrible.
Yes. The
I
movies
dare
are
you to
okay.
say that in front of her.
Like, why are
I
you
would have
so?
I would have no problem asking.
Why
her,
are
you such a
why
bad
are you
actor?
Why are you so repulsive?
Yeah.
Check
There you
our
go.
list.
There
Yeah.
you go. Anyway.
All right, so it was a math
Yeah,
for me.
we've got it right on our list, man. It's not like we're hiding the fact that we
No.
think Alicia Silverstone's
I agree.
repulsive.
we're advertising.
Oh,
it.
I agree.
All right, so so where were you with Y2K, little buddy? Oh yeah, Mur. What'd you think? You hated it, supposedly.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hate it.
What? You're talking like you hated it.
Well, once again, I am more of an 80s child, so 2000 music doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, yeah, sure, Tub Thumping was all right.
I thought you loved the thong song.
Tub thumping was
no, I
all right.
never liked the thong song.
What? The thong song's
No,
the best,
never.
the best song.
Yeah, it was nostalgia because I do remember 2000. Unlike most of the kids who were in this movie. And yeah,
Well,
the Y2K thing
that makes sense,
obviously
though,
was a
'cause they're
joke, so
supposed to-
nothing never really happened. But this is what if it did. And to me, I got another movie to the ones you already listed. Small Soldiers. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Where the machines take over and
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
humans with
Yeah.
their little tiny toys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Toy Story. Didn't they do that in Toy
yeah,
Story too?
Well, they didn't kill people, but no, like the Jeep coming up and
Yep.
torching the guy, and then the little tiny one who killed the big fat one. I couldn't believe that. And then he just kept like transforming itself into like
Bigger.
Megatron at the end there, and yeah, it was kind of dumb. But yeah, the music wasn't bad. Yeah, definitely a rage.
All right.
Oh, wasn't that bad? Then all of a sudden, now it's a rage.
But it wasn't a super rage.
You're throwing me off,
He's-
man.
It wasn't a super rage.
it wasn't
I
a
enjoyed
super
parts of it,
rage.
and I enjoyed watching it with my buddy Jim.
That's
but-
right.
Hey,
Yeah,
But
Rachel
ultimately, he did not like the movie.
ultimately,
Ziegler makes me rage. Period.
She's fine. I don't care.
Stand her.
Whatever.
And yeah, the guy who used to enjoy Deadpool grew like 3 sizes. So it's like, okay, dude, that made me sad for him. And then the kid from St. Vincent, I liked him.
He's also in The Hunt for the Wilder People.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Julian Dennison, the kid you're talking about, he is
Still awesome.
He's still awesome.
Yeah, I know he's funny, but that was about all I enjoyed.
This is one of the problems with this movie, though. Every single character that I remotely cared about, they killed off for the fact that look, we're gonna kill it off because you don't expect it.
Yeah,
and it just ends up wrecking the movie because
it does.
All the people that were left, I couldn't give two poops about.
Like Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
How
did she live in the
and
end?
whoever the guy was who played the dad.
You know the movie's in trouble when your most epic moment of the whole movie is when Fred Durst gets handed a red baseball cap and he puts it on backwards. That's like the most epic thing that happened in the entire movie.
Yeah.
To be honest, I found Fred Durst actually kind of funny in this. He was the only thing that did anything for me in this movie, though, just because I didn't even realize that this guy could didn't take himself seriously. Like I know
he seemed like an asshole
in the 90s. He took himself way too seriously. And now I think I like the fact that the dude's matured.
He can laugh at himself.
He can laugh at
He
himself.
probably realized
what a douche he was.
Lighten up.
Douche, yeah.
But yeah.
Did you love Kyle Mooney in this though?
The director?
Kyle Mooney.
Yeah,
he's also the director.
He was also the
Yes.
Yeah, Kyle Mooney directed
Oh my
it.
God.
He wrote it too.
He was Garrett in this. And
Yeah.
Kyle Mooney is always entertaining, but Kyle Mooney overextended himself with making this 90-minute movie. Kyle Mooney is great in short little snippets. And even in this movie, Kyle Mooney did put himself in the perfect amount of time.
Yes, he did.
Because if he would have been in there for 5 minutes longer, I would have hated him too.
Yeah.
But he was actually in this for about the perfect amount of time that I was like, okay, he's still quirky and funny. I'm still digging it. But that would have wore thin if he was in any more. If he was in 5 more.
So he picked the right time.
He really did. But this. Yeah, my whole problem with this movie was, well, there's many problems with this movie.
Oh, there's a lot of problems.
But the biggest problem with this movie was literally anyone I cared about, they killed off before the end, way before the end of the movie, like at the, towards the middle of the movie.
Good. I liked it.
And it was a very schizophrenic movie. It started out as this weird house party and then midnight hit. And that's when it really fell apart. It wasn't that bad when it was in can't hardly wait territory.
Exactly.
It really wasn't. It got bad when we counted down to 0 and it was the year 2000.
And
then it was just and then it was just some obscure references that Kyle Mooney's just like giggling while he's shooting them. I guarantee.
Totally.
That some people are gonna get, and some people are gonna not get at all.
Like the 3 main co-stars weren't even alive when this movie was supposed to be set. Like they didn't.
Murray, they can't be because they're playing teenagers in the year 2000.
No, but what I'm saying
what are you talking about?
Is they didn't get the references, and he threw them away.
Well, I'm sure they were all explained to them. But yeah, and you know what? The other thing that makes me rage is there's actually someone that's actually known as the Kid Leroy. Who is this idiot?
I don't know.
That's the credit. He played Soccer Chris. The Kid Leroy?
Yeah, Soccer
What
Chris.
the hell is that?
I don't know.
Anyways, this movie was awful. Alicia Silverstone is enough to make me rage altogether. But why are we killing off Farkas? I liked Farkas. Farkas was a dick, but Farkas was at least entertaining. I liked Danny. Danny was awesome.
Yeah.
Killed off Danny.
Nice.
You know what? Soccer Chris, at least he had a role. He was the antagonist in this. Let's just kill him off too. So we got no conflict with anything but these stupid machines. I hated this movie.
And Fred Durst.
And you know what?
Fred Durst.
That's the problem with this movie. The best part of this movie is Fred Durst
As
for
a
me.
musician.
And that's an issue because Fred Durst should not be the best part of anything.
He was the best acting in the whole movie. And that's the scary part.
At any rate, I did not like this. I felt bad for Tim Heidecker for being in this and having to play Alicia Silverstone's husband. I mean, that's
Hopefully you didn't have to kiss her in it.
But yeah, this was god awful. This was a total rage.
Of course it was.
It was just garbage. A total waste of time. And I feel sad because I know there was a good movie in this, but Kyle Mooney just went off the deep end once it hit the year 2000. And going off the deep end's good if it's entertaining, but not if it's just Just not.
I didn't mind it.
It was awful.
It was a low meh for me.
Low.
There was still parts in there I thought was.
No, I mean some of the kills were actually pretty good.
Yeah,
but
the kills were fun. Especially
this was another too little, too late.
And the video store
thing.
dude
just
was
like
awesome.
Just like Getaway, this too little, too late.
Yeah, and it wasn't too little for me.
Yeah, well, it was too little and too late.
All right then.
All right, well, so let's just do a quick recap here.
Mm-hmm.
You said, I think you got the first one right.
Yeah.
And you got the second one right.
You're batting 1,000, I believe.
I think I went double rage on this one.
No, you went meh rage, didn't you?
Did I?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it
You
was
said Jim.
Anyway.
I think we'll meh.
Either way, I'm batting 1,000.
You are, except we're at werewolves.
At
What
werewolves.
did you say? What did you say for werewolves?
I think I went double rage for that one too.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is.
I can't remember. I didn't write it down.
Especially since Lou Diamond Phillips is in it.
Yeah.
Yes, I
or
did
as my
notice
brother,
that.
my brother could never get his name right. He's Diamond Joe Phillips. I'm like, dude, that's not his name.
That's a different.
That's
person.
a different person completely.
My buddy Lou, who I met this year.
I know you're in love with Blue Diamond.
I love the Lou. I watched La Bamba recently.
Yeah,
Still awesome.
of course you did. Okay, werewolves. Okay, so we have a lot of mashups from this week.
I don't even know.
Imagine the
what the hell was
purge,
this?
but
Okay.
instead of people
Right.
taking out their purge on society
I'm trying to figure out your explanation
to
of this.
get
Okay?
their
I'm getting
anger
it.
out,
right?
they are
like
werewolves.
It's like the Purge, but they release
It was
werewolves.
but
on
Purge,
they
people.
but
release
with
werewolves
werewolves.
instead. But
Okay.
not just werewolves.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes smart werewolves.
Okay.
In a universe created to appear like a badly produced, made-for-TV movie with B and C, and I may even say D list TV actors.
Okay.
And the world is
I didn't even
supposed to
recognize anybody except for Lou Diamond Phillips and
Got
Frank
the Lou.
Grillo.
Well, there's a couple other B and C and D TV actors.
Never. I don't know. who they are.
So the world is supposed to be shut down overnight
was it?
because the supermoon will turn you into a werewolf. So they shut down emergency services,
Right.
but you can still take a bus to work. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Wasn't that cool? It's like, you know
That
what?
doesn't make any sense,
Thank
Jim.
God that, the emergency services, I can't go to the hospital or put out a fire.
But I can hop on the
But I
bus.
can hop on a bus and go for a ride on a bus.
Yeah.
That made complete sense.
Sure.
Maybe?
That didn't really actually. If you were to actually really analyze that, Jim, that actually makes no sense whatsoever.
Exactly. So, and our heroes are rescued every single time by luck and happenstance. And wolves, who I'm sure do most of their hunting by way of smell, can't smell anything,
No.
even if they're hiding around a corner.
Yeah.
And, army peeps can't kill them, but our heroes carry, I think, and I don't know anything about guns, so I could be wrong here, but either a BB gun or maybe a 22. Those guns that they were carrying around were definitely not bigger than a 22. I'm
No,
guessing
it's probably a
BB
22.
gun.
It's like a hunting gun for kids, basically.
Yeah, it was like a BB gun, I swear. So, they can't kill these things with like submachine guns and Gatling guns they shooting
Well,
at them.
don't silver bullets still work?
Who knows? That didn't come up.
I don't think so.
They're supposed
Yeah.
to follow the rules.
Yeah, well,
Well, these are different.
these are supermoon.
This is
Supermoon
Supermoon werewolves. They're different.
Yeah, and noise. So I think attracts them like a dinner bell. I think that's the phrase they used. But sometimes, and don't forget when a werewolf attacks, it usually rips you apart. Like instantly.
Tears you apart like an animal.
Except if you're one of our heroes. And our hero / scientist / army dude hero sets up to protect his family, making an impenetrable force that no one can get. And then he leaves his family with maybe, and I'm saying maybe, 12 bullets. And then she has 4 left. And she thought, well, you know what I should do? I should shoot at the wall and ceiling because I probably will hit a werewolf.
Yeah.
That should kill it, the wall or the ceiling. But then she ran out of bullets because, her brother-in-law left her maybe 12. You're going to be in a war against werewolves tonight, but here's 12 bullets. That's all you'll need. And finally, our hero turned werewolf. He has enough man memory to kill another bad werewolf, but can't remember if he should or should not kill his family. Or did he? I don't know. So I started out kind of thinking this was like The Purge, and kind of ends kind of like an 80s Sylvester Stallone or Arnie movie. All in all, this lore/universe they created was completely ridiculous. The FX and was just horrible, and it was more like made up for TV quality at best. And ultimately, I felt this was almost so bad it was good because I was laughing at it so much, how terrible it was.
I wish I was laughing at it, Jim.
But no, this was not so funny. It was horrible. It was just a horrible, horrible, horrible rage. Werewolves I'm like, what? Like, what the actual fuck was this movie? It was so horrible. And I got a couple things to unpack.
Yeah, so at the beginning of this movie, the next door neighbor is refers to him as like Sarge or something like that. Like he's got military background, obviously. So he's a military guy, but he's also a molecular biologist.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yep.
And I'm supposed to buy that Frank Grillo is a molecular biologist.
Totally. He looks totally like a molecular biologist.
It's like,
except with muscles.
There's your first problem. I'm sorry, I don't buy Frank Grillo as a molecular biologist.
He was a sciencey army dude.
He's a sciencey army dude. I don't understand anything that was going on in this movie. Nothing really made a whole lot of sense. I guess what did they spray him with some sort of moon screen?
So
that the moon wouldn't affect them, but it only lasts a little while, and then they turn into werewolves anyways.
So here's the actual juice here. There's a super moon.
Yeah.
That turns everybody that it touches.
Everybody on the planet.
Everybody who's outside into werewolves.
It just turns them into werewolves.
Without being bitten.
Without being bitten. No, nothing.
Because it's a super.
That's some good science.
It's a super moon.
It's a super moon, though.
Yeah.
And that's what super moons do, apparently.
Yes.
Regular moons, no problem. But when the super moon comes, is this a different moon? Like, I don't even understand.
It's super.
Did it look different?
What is wrong with you?
I understand it's a super moon.
It's super.
But where did the super moon come? Did it go in front of the regular moon?
No, it's just super.
What makes it super?
There is only one moon.
It's science.
There's no science, though.
It's super moon magic. How many times I have to tell you? You can explain anything away with movie.
I didn't realize it was super moon magic.
Yeah.
I feel stupid now.
You should.
I think maybe I need
this movie is pretty good.
I need to watch this with fresh eyes now that I know that it's super moon magic.
Yes.
That makes them turn into werewolves.
You get it.
So the regular moon doesn't do anything to them.
No. Well, I don't know. We just knew this was a super moon.
It's a super moon.
Correct.
But we don't know what makes it a super moon, right?
No, we just
accept it.
It's moon magic.
It's just moon magic.
It's moon magic.
Yes.
So I think it's the same moon.
It's just super.
But somehow on certain days it becomes super.
Or months maybe.
Like how long do you think the super moon? So is this something that was gonna? It seemed like it was just one night.
It did seem like it was only super for this one night. But it has happened before.
But it was years ago. So every now and then the moon becomes super.
Correct.
And then people turn into werewolves.
And then
unless they're wearing the moon screen, the spray.
Yep.
And then they can avoid it for like an hour.
That's correct. And then just get into your basement. But what I don't know, the thing that was the most confusing was that
because I'm pretty confused right now.
I know. I was too. But what I'm thinking this is what happened.
Okay.
So because there was some talk in the movie that if it's your first time, like you're a virgin supermoon werewolf,
right?
That means something. So I don't know.
What does it mean?
I'm guess. This is my guess.
Okay.
Is that if you've been supermoon werewolfed,
right?
Then when the regular moon comes out, maybe you turn into a werewolf.
No, because then everybody would have been turning into werewolves because they're the whole
not everybody
because the whole world was under the super moon.
No, because Grillo Cakes and what's her slut? also didn't.
Grillo cakes and what's her slut?
Yeah, the two heroes. I think they're the heroes.
name
Are
is
they the heroes?
Katrina
Was there a
Law.
hero?
Yeah, I don't know, but they would never turned. They never got hit by the supermoon because they were sciencey people.
Okay, you're making this even more confusing for me. Long story short, this was a total freaking rage. I hate Frank Grillo. I don't know why you have a career there, mister. The fact that Lou Diamond Phillips was in this made me sad for him. I hated it. I hated everything about it. It was poorly
was so
acted.
bad.
The special effects were god awful. Like these werewolves looked terrible.
Yeah, they did.
And nothing even made sense. Like it was just one big huh? The entire the whole time I'm going, huh?
Yeah, me too.
It's like, wait, what? But if that happened, shouldn't this happen? No, something else. Like what?
So I have a question for you.
All right.
Because again, we have no clue about any of this. I'm putting in heavy quotes, werewolf magic
Yeah.
or moon magic,
Moon
whatever you want to call it.
magic.
But think about it this way.
Okay.
So all these people are hiding in their houses
Right.
and doing a bad job, keeping the werewolves out.
Right.
Why wouldn't everybody just go outside, turn into a werewolf, and then there wouldn't be any need for anybody to be attacked?
There you go.
Right? Like what would they do? They just walk down the street.
Well,
Like,
Frank Grillo was a werewolf and he attacked his neighbor.
yeah, but
was a good werewolf.
that's because there was a battle between them because that guy was trying to kill his family. That's why right? I'm guessing.
So you're thinking if his family was also werewolves and
Yeah, if everybody
then
just
they'd
went outside.
then they just walk around
because
going
the werewolves didn't fight each
"La-di-da."
other.
Then they'd
Right? They
they'd
just-
wrestle with each other.
They might not even. They might just skip merrily. They might not just. They go outside, you change into a werewolf, go
yeah.
back in and start watching television.
Ah.
Right? Like this.
That would have been a better movie,
Right?
Jim.
But don't you think that, like, when you think about
I
it.
could watch that movie.
Yes!
This
and that would have
movie
made
is not
sense.
watchable.
That would have made sense, wouldn't it? Like, you think about it, like, oh, I better not turn into a werewolf
It's like
because.
just everybody turned.
Yes! It would have
like
made
it.
so much more sense.
Although they all had weird, stuff happened to them, though, didn't it? Like, when they turned into werewolf, they weren't the same.
They were just. They got to wear clothes. Remember?
They had clothes too.
Yeah, so say I turned into a werewolf, Murray, and I was wearing clothes, then you would be wearing the clothes when you turn into a
So
werewolf.
rippling muscles wouldn't rip the shirt.
No, well, sometimes, but sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're wearing a bulletproof vest and you're still wearing it when you're a werewolf.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
And
bad.
sometimes your shirt's too tight, but your pants aren't too tight,
Yeah.
especially if you're wearing jeans, because jeans can stretch like 27 times bigger.
Yeah, this was awful. Please, if you're listening, don't watch
Do not
Werewolves.
see werewolves.
It's not even a fun movie to point and laugh at, as Jim. It's just awful.
It was horrible. I just couldn't get over how horrible it was. though.
Oh man.
So let's recap.
Yep.
Rage.
Yep.
Rage.
Yeah.
Rage.
Yeah, it was a full-on rage.
Imagine my surprise.
Yes, I was quite angry this weekend.
Yes. Imagine.
Well, you know what? I can see rightfully so. Although
Yeah.
These were awful. Every movie this week was awful. And it's weird.
We have
'cause-
a double dose of Disney next week.
Oh, well, then things are looking up.
things
Yeah.
are looking up. Actually, we don't have it.
Well, the week after.
Yeah, we do.
Week after.
Next week isn't it?
No, it's just two things next week.
Yeah.
Only one of them is Disney.
Oh, no, I mean like
Aren't they both
week
Disney?
from now.
Oh.
Oh, the other one. Okay, yeah.
No, the other
never
one
mind.
is a Sony Marvel thing, which is going to tank.
Well, that's Disney,
Yeah.
Technically, no, but yeah.
isn't
Marvel is, but Sony is still.
it? Oh, Sony's still in it. I thought
Sony
Sony
is-
was like
They got all these rights.
Sony
for
has made
stuff.
so many bad movies this week.
this
or
week.
This year.
This year, this month.
I mean, Madam Web.
Yeah, I
Like the
hated
last
Madam Web.
Venom.
I like the
And this
last
one.
Venom.
yeah, you're
Anyway.
dumb. Yeah,
Last
I
Venom?
can't believe
Yeah,
you
this-
gave the last Venom a
This
man,
one's going to be terrible too.
and you gave,
Yeah, well,
So,
you
yeah.
Get away.
I am just waiting for Nosferatu.
Yeah,
That's
aren't
my
we all?
Christmas
Aren't we
treat
all?
to myself.
All right. Boodaloop, boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop.
There are no lyrics in this song.
There is no lyrics in this song.
Yeah, it's boop, ba-doop, boop.
That's not a
boodaloop,
lyric.
boop, ba-doop,
That's
boop,
that's-
that's Anamanapia.
That's being an Oompa Loompa.
That's Anamanapia, buddy.
All right.
I love this song.
I have
I
another
love all our songs.
early holiday treat for you this week.
What?
I could use some.
As
some-
you know,
yes.
you're not going to like this one.
Oh, good.
As you know, I have a lot of time on my hands.
He
these
does.
days. As luck
Wish
would
I had
have it,
time on my
I
hands.
found a Ryan Reynolds film I haven't seen yet.
What?
That list is actually getting pretty short because I will always watch a movie with Rai in it, no matter how bad it is.
I wish that my list was long,
This time,
but I've seen them all.
it's foolproof.
Yeah, I've seen. Oh my God,
I know you've seen
that is.
it because it came out in theaters.
There is bad Ryan Reynolds movies, and then there's Foolproof.
This 2003 film appears to be
Holy
100% Canadian.
Yep.
As I was watching it,
It is very
seemed to be a
Canadian.
Canadian Ocean's 11, without the casinos or the Hollywood brat packs. In case you haven't seen it, it centers around a group of 3 friends who spend their time planning fake heists.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds foolproof.
And breaking into secure buildings. In theory, it's all fun and games until a real criminal breaks into their place and steals their plans.
Oh,
How ironic is that?
that's so ironic.
Then they pull off a real robbery, the criminals do. Our intrepid crew are then blackmailed into pulling a real job for this sleazeball. Yeah, okay, it's Canadian and it's a heist movie. I just know you two probably hated it.
Oh, you aren't.
yeah,
you ain't
you're-
just a whistling Dixie there, Mister.
There's so much
time.
Dixie you're whistling.
This was the biggest release for a Canadian film at the time. It had a marketing budget of $2 million.
What?
Yes, they spent the big bucks.
Needless to say, it did not make its money back.
Go
No.
figure, because it's horrible.
Of course, it wasn't Ryan Reynolds' finest work, but it wasn't half bad either.
Wasn't it?
Rai was charming as hell. Kristen Booth was a cutie patootie, and they had some lame-o around for comic relief. Also had that guy from Cube in it.
The cube guy.
Who I met. There were a few twists and turns, and you're not sure who to trust and who's playing who. I could never give a Ryan Reynolds movie a rage, but it sure as hell wasn't a Mondo either. It was a middle-of-the-road, low-budget Canadian meh. And yeah, because it was on TV and I watched it. There's
Yeah.
nothing else to do.
Fair enough.
It's horrible.
It is not
Not
good.
disagreeing, but I liked Rai, so I'll watch anything.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Is Bryce Mr. Sound Effect guy this week?
Yes, he must. Maybe he was watching. What's that? Steve Gutenberg movie. Police Academy.
Police
Watching
Academy?
too much Police Academy.
Maybe.
Wachoo!
That
Pew
is,
pew!
that's one of those movies when I was like 8. I thought it was hilarious.
I have the box set.
There you go.
It is not good.
It's so awesome.
Wayne Gretzky's wife.
Although
was
I
in
will
one of
say, for some reason, the first, what is it, Police Academy 2 when Zed,
them. Zed
shows
was in
up.
Too,
Yeah.
I found
It gets
Zed
better.
funny
And then
for some
3.
reason.
Zed's awesome.
Zed was awesome. So was,
It's still,
Bobcat.
it's
It's the
still a
best.
bad
so was a
movie.
little guy from SNL.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your rage, Jim?
Oh, okay. So I kind of want to share. So, man, I should have planned this better. But there was a new there's a new release
Uh-huh.
for a trailer for 28 Years Later.
Okay.
This trailer is fucking incredible. It is the best trailer that's ever been made.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to just play it on our
Let's sing a rage
podcast.
here.
Yeah.
People can go watch it, Jim.
Yeah, go watch it. It came out within the last day or two.
I haven't seen it.
It'll be on YouTube.
So, yeah, it's on YouTube. I posted it on our socials. So if you follow us, just go check it out. So, as I went to go look up, because I thought, it's about time we should be getting another trailer.
Uh-huh.
And as I was looking,
I don't know where this is going.
oh, I know you don't,
I don't either.
but it's coming.
Okay.
So, as I was searching for it, it just so happened to link me to some other things that are coming out
course.
in the,
Oh,
in the
yes.
next year. So this is just a small
Is it a
taste.
sequel?
I actually,
Here's a small taste.
that was almost going
of
to be
the
my
things.
rage,
That's
actually.
usually what I do every year.
The small taste of what has started to build my rage. Because some of these movies are perfect movies the way they are. They don't need to be redone. They don't need a part 2. They don't need anything. They need to leave them in the past where they're perfect. Number 1, Fight Club 2. Number 2, The Accountant 2. I Am Legend 2. Karate Kid Legends. Avatar 3.
With Jackie and Daniel.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yep.
Tron Ares.
Rebirth.
Like the last fucking Tron movies have been horrible.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Why?
Nobody 2.
Why?
Now You See Me 3.
No.
Saw 11. Megan 2.
Yeah.
And the most highly anticipated of all of them, which I don't know how Bryce is going to pull out of his ass this curve or not.
Yeah.
Because the original was so horrible,
Okay.
it's unwatchable. It's Greenland 2, or also known as Greenland Migration. And that never even got a theatrical release. So we saw it on streaming.
We sure did.
Yes. And we watched it because
Oh,
we
Gerard
couldn't
Butler, why do you do this to us?
Like, that was just a taste. I could have gone down a rabbit hole of
Hey, man,
more.
don't forget, coming in January, more Gerard Butler with Den of Thieves 2.
Yes.
Right.
Murray actually saw the trailer when we were
Yeah, I'm
out.
like,
He's like, there was
sequel?
There was a 1.
There was a 1.
I love Gerard Butler, but I don't remember that movie.
Yeah, well, I do.
I do too.
And
I'm
what
thinking
he's
to
saying
myself,
is 2025 is going to suck just as bad as this
yeah,
year.
you know what? It's
There's a lot. It's all sequels and remakes.
I know it is.
And it's
You know,
just, I don't
Because
understand.
they're all about the quick cash grab now. They don't want to take a chance on anything.
This is exactly what it is, Marie. It's nobody's going to the cinemas anymore unless it's something they go, you know what? I like this first movie. I'll probably go because I like this movie.
Case in point, last weekend, Moana 2. Which I'm sure for kids it was a perfectly fine movie.
It was
But
fine.
there's no need for it, and it made like $500 million, and that's what saved the movie theaters for this month of December.
There is a need for it because otherwise Moana 3 would make no sense, Murray.
Sure. What I'm saying is that movie theaters rely on these crappy sequel movies to bring in their money. They don't give a crap about the independent stuff.
No.
So there you go.
You know what? I'm gonna put a positive spin on it though.
All right.
Is that number 1?
Isn't Dune 3 coming out?
Yeah.
It's not coming out soon enough, I can tell you that. But yes.
That's all I need.
Number 1. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
Yeah, well, that's not too hard.
Dune 3.
You're not getting any younger
So
there, Jim.
the positive thing about it is that
Oh,
we're
there's a
still
positive
getting
thing, right.
independent films
Yes.
because they're putting these crappy other
Yeah,
movies out.
they can afford the independent stuff because this crap comes to theaters too. So
Yeah,
it pays the salaries of their employees.
I guess. Maybe.
All right then.
Bow, bow. Yeah. All right, so I might go to the theater on Monday night, and initially I don't know what the hell's going on because I get there and they've got these like little things to make you line up, right? They got the little things that pull.
Stanchions?
Yeah, those things.
Dancing.
So
Stanchions, yeah.
they've got them set up completely so that they're going back and forth across the whole bloody lobby. So we are spilling out into like you're going through the whole thing and we're spilling out and I'm like, what is going on? What is everybody here
What's
for?
this lineup?
So I have no idea what they were there for.
It was werewolves. It was probably.
Well, it wasn't werewolves, Jim, because werewolves I saw by myself. Y2K I saw with 3 other people. So it wasn't the movies I was going to. So I'm still utterly confused. But that's not my rage. My rage is werewolves and Y2K happen to be both in Cinema 6. Y2K at 7, werewolves at like 9:40 or something, right? So I'm sitting there watching in the theater Y2K, and there's this weird shadow on the screen that's cutting off probably about 12% of the 15% of the screen, and it's kind of this weird angled thing. It's almost as if like someone, I don't know what it
prop
was.
something up against the projector.
Yeah, it's like something. So I'm like, okay, well that's odd. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what? Should I say something? I'm gonna go say something. So I go down and I talk to the only person I could find, and I tell them, okay, there's this thing. I don't know if that's gonna still be there when the movie starts. They're like, oh no, don't worry about it. It's not gonna be there.
Of course it was there.
And I go, okay. So it's there. So that's fine. I'm like, whatever. I'm not getting up again. The movie started. It's annoying, but it's not like this movie. It's not going to take away from what I'm watching, because what I'm watching is more annoying than that. At least that's distracting me every now and then. So that's fine. So then in between movies, I go and talk to someone else, because I'm like, well, the first person's idiot. So I go talk to someone else. I go, okay, look, I'm in the same cinema for this second movie. There's this weird shadow on the screen, and it doesn't go away, and it was there the entire movie. Can you look into it, and can you make sure that this movie I'm about to watch doesn't have the same thing going on? They're like, absolutely, sir, not a problem. We will make sure of that. I'm like, okay. Guess what, Jim?
It was gone. They were so smart.
You are incorrect.
No.
Exact same thing. It's like, what in the heck is going on? Like, does nobody tell anybody? They just like listen to you. Well, they don't. Well, they listen to you, and they go, "Oh yeah, no problem," and then they do nothing about it.
That's exactly what they do.
So I was gonna get up, and then I was like, and then I was like, I was so comfortable.
You didn't miss anything.
And I was like, I don't care, because once again, I'm watching the movie starting, and I'm like, I can tell from like frame 1 that this is gonna be awful. And I'm like,
so Werewolves was the last one.
But
right?
it's like, what the hell is going on? Like, you can't. Two different people I complained to.
Yep.
Neither. So then I try to find someone after the movie to bitch about it. Place is a ghost town.
Of course.
I could not find anybody. I'm opening doors and poking my head and going, hello,
filling your backpack.
Nobody. I could have filled my backpack. I should have went to the concessions there and just hopped behind. And
you should have.
Anyways, I am quite annoyed by that, and I don't understand why. It's just like, what is going on? Oh, by the way, plus I bought recliner 2 in the back row. Recliner didn't work, so I had to sit in one for both movies.
Oh no! Thank God it wasn't sold out.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, I had a private screening for Werewolves, and there were 4 other people in Y2K. We were pretty much on top of each other. Oh my goodness gracious! So yeah, that's
you know what they probably thought to themselves. Well, we got to be more concerned about what's going on with Moana 2 right now.
Exactly.
So whatever you have to say means
Don't give
nothing
a crap
to
about
us.
that movie. No one's going to it anyway.
That's right.
By the way, is that smell my dog, or is that one of you guys?
It's your dog. Does he smell like poop?
Little bit.
Or
a little bit.
Did he step in poop?
I don't know. Did you step in poop there, Baxter?
Apparently he did.
Anyway.
Or did you just come here and just let one rip?
A little column A, a little column B.
Well, as I mentioned before, they no longer have humans running the projectors anymore. It's all automated, so that's what you get.
That's right.
Nobody monitors for quality control anymore.
Sounds like
I don't understand how.
Sounds like somebody needs to hire me.
How does someone not step into the theater at some point and just take a look once? Like, nobody came in. You know how you'd get that annoying person in the middle of the movie that would come and like walk across the front.
Yeah, no,
they go turn on their little flashlight.
They check the thermostat and then they come back.
And then they got their little clipboard that they check, and then they walk back out. I didn't even have that, so I could go, hey, can you fix this?
Yep. You know what?
I didn't care.
They were doing that in Moana 2.
There you go.
There you go. Cineplex still does it, I think. Did you see that at Cineplex?
I don't think Landmark does it.
No, we saw it at Landmark.
Oh, really? I don't. Anyways, I'm getting more and more frustrated with my theatrical experiences.
Well, you know
Bryce
what?
is all about the rage this week.
That's right. This is fabulous.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Well, we had enough rage for this week, so we did not have a Rage or Dare.
Bryce just gave up.
It's back in January when we come back, as well as the lists. And Casey will be back in the new year, but we've got some special stuff coming out over the holiday season. We'll be back next week. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage family. You can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer, the voice of Rage or Dare and our God of Rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. Things are on sale, so get your grandma some presents. Get her a tube top with Bryce's face on it. We always wanted to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, Please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us a rage. That's it for this week. Rage on!
Rage on.